The Wabash Valley's only lifestyle and entertainment show with Ashley Howard. This is Good Day Live.
Hey everyone, welcome into Good Day Live. I'm your host, Ashley Howard, and today is National Girls and Women in Sports Day. So you know I'm giving you all the goods, okay? I've got an interview with the Indiana Fever president, Allison Barber, coming up later in the show, so you do not want to miss that. But just in case you do, you can definitely catch it on the website, mywabashvalley.com/GDL. But, you know, you can always catch me on social, too. I'm on Facebook at Ashley Howard WTWO and Instagram and Twitter at Ashley Howard TV. And I know you missed it. So, yes, we brought back the questions of the day. Now, because today is so special, I've asked you, who is your favorite female athlete? So later in the show, we'll take a look at some of your answers. But first, I absolutely have to give you a Hoosier Lotto memo. Okay, we partnered with the Hoosier Lottery to bring you the Loads of Fun sweepstakes. Visit the website mywabashvalley.com and enter to be one of 5 winners each Friday in the month of February. You can also find more info and contest rules on the website as well. All right, I'm excited to kick off this show, okay? A Georgia high school senior and captain of the wrestling team has become the first female at her school to reach 100 wins. Catherine Mullis says after a couple days of practice, she began to like her team and her coaches and the environment. Mullis is currently the only female on the Baldwin High School wrestling team, and she says she's thrilled about the historic win, but it hasn't been easy for her. With wrestling being a male-dominated sport, girl, tell me about it, Mullins says she has to prove more and more each day. Despite not being the fastest or the most coordinated, she always pushes herself to improve, and she does well with the help of her coaches.
My first match, I had no idea what was going on, I think. So I started wrestling over the summer, and over the summer, the matches don't count. So I had 8 matches that summer, and I lost every single match. So I've done Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and kickboxing for a while, and I've always wanted to do MMA. And my dad told me if I was going to do MMA, then I had to wrestle. So he woke me up one morning and told me I was going to wrestling practice, and then dropped me off.
It's really special for any wrestler to reach 100 wins, let alone a female wrestler. But I knew that Catherine could do it from her 8th grade year because I know what kind of person she is.
The celebration has just begun, everyone. We're honoring girls and women in sports all show long. But first, we have to take a quick break. But when we get back, I'll have an interview with Allison Barber, but not before we hear from the highly esteemed weatherman in the Valley, Jesse Walker. We'll be right back.
When you have a minute, take a look at your current homeowner's insurance policy. Does it cover your dwelling, personal liability, wind and hail damage, personal property replacement cost, and water leaks? These are all items that I will be happy to review with you. Call me, Amy Fitzgerald.
Your news every hour in primetime is on News Nation on WGN America. News Nation went in depth for the inauguration and the president's first moves.
We need more action, and we need to move fast.
And News Nation paid tribute to Hank Aaron,
the legitimate civil rights hero.
News Nation covers your nation every night starting at 8, 7 Central on WGN America. Go to newsnationnow.com to find WGN America on your cable or satellite provider.
Hello, my name is Bobby Grizzle from the Bush Family Restaurant, owned and operated by my family for the last 38 years. We're the home of the famous fish sandwich and the award-winning tenderloin. Stop on in and check us out. You'll be glad you did. 932 Locust Street in Terre Haute, 812-238-1148. And we deliver.
DraftKings Sportsbook is here just in time for football's finale. So let's celebrate with double the money. Because if a touchdown is scored in the big game, you double your winnings. As if this game wasn't enough reason to party, with double the cash, you'll be celebrating till next season. Just download the DraftKings Sportsbook app, bet on any team to score a touchdown during the big game, and double your money. DraftKings, make it rain.
If it's been a while since you reviewed your homeowner's insurance, you might want to take a look at what coverage you currently have and what you are paying. At Crapo Insurance, I'll review it with you and customize the plan so you only pay for what you need. Give me a call. Greg Winchester, Crapo Insurance.
Welcome back, everybody. Probably the best day we're going to have in a while has been today. So if you haven't had a chance to get out and enjoy some sunshine and decent temperatures, probably want to do that. There are some big changes on the way. Actually, a pretty active weather pattern is settling in. Here's what it looks like right now with our Great Post building cam on the south side. Traffic moving along fine on 41 and I-70, and we've got blue skies. We haven't seen a lot of that lately with all the sunshine out there, so it's going to be a nice rest of the day into the evening hours with some clear skies. Eventually, clouds will start to move in. I wanted to show you this, though. We have a storm coming in tomorrow. Most of the winter weather is going to be northwest. If you're all kinds of advisories, but that red will probably catch your eyes right across central Iowa. That is a blizzard warning. That is in effect until Friday morning early. This is going to be a big-time snowstorm up to the northwest of here, including northwestern Illinois. But for us, mostly a rain event. Temperatures right now are in the 30s across the valley, 38 Terre Haute, 35 Paris, 39 over in Effingham, Illinois. There's a satellite and a radar. Not much to show, really. There are a few clouds trying to drift in, but we've seen a day filled with really quite a bit of sunshine. We're all clean on the Dorsa Automotive Doppler radar, so no troubles out there right now. Future radar, nothing tonight. It'll be early tomorrow morning, and when that storm that's going to produce a blizzard in Iowa, when it moves in here, it may initially start as a bit of some light snow or freezing rain. See that at about 6 a.m.? But that should transition over probably by 10 or 11 to all rain. So there could be a little period where we have a little bit of a mix in the morning. Then it goes over to all rain. And then on the back side, right there, about, say, 7, 8, 9 o'clock as it ends, may go back into some freezing rain and to some light snow. So most of it is rain, but the beginning and the end of the storm could be some winter mix here in the valley. That'll clear out and give us some dry weather, but colder weather as we head into the day Friday. And colder is really going to be talked about a lot in the coming days. How about rainfall? Could be some decent rain, but not way excessive. Probably 1/2 of an inch across the area. Looks like it's going to be a pretty common number. So again, not a huge amount, but you know, rain is on the way. Here we go. Long term now. That's Friday looking good. Saturday night, Sunday morning. There's 11 p.m. Saturday. That's actually what we call an Arctic cold front moving in. Those fronts a lot of times can generate kind of a fluffy, dry snow, and that's what you're looking at there. That will clear the area. And then we're going to watch a southern branch storm. Now, this one would be interesting if this will come true. By next Monday, that could be sleet, freezing rain, snow across this area. We'll keep an eye on that. And then after that, we just continue with the cold weather pattern as we head into most all of next week, it looks like. So for tonight, becoming cloudy, not quite as cold as last night, down to 27. Then during the day tomorrow, a.m. we may see a mix, goes to rain, and then may end as a mix, but 41 for the high. And then after that, that Arctic cold front will come through on Saturday with some nighttime snow behind that. Very cold weather, as you can see, as we head into early next week. And again, a little more snow possible Monday and Tuesday. The bottom line, we got a big change on the way starting this weekend.
Thanks, Jesse, and welcome back into the show, everybody. Today is National Girls and Women's Day in Sports, and as a former athlete, I had plenty of women to look up to, like the GOAT, Lisa Leslie, Candace Parker, Misty May Traynor, Kerry Walsh Jennings, and even though I didn't play soccer, I knew Mia Hamm was a trailblazer. But today, I'm sitting down with the Indiana Fever president, Allison Barber, to talk about how the team is celebrating and all the things they have in store for this upcoming season. Hi, Allison, how are you?
I'm doing great, thanks.
Oh, thank you so much for being here. And Allison, I did some research and I saw that you are from Gary, Indiana, right?
I am born and raised. It's been my first part of my childhood in Gary Miller area.
Awesome. You know, I'm from Hammond. So we, you know, we're a couple ladies from the region talking sports. I love it.
I do too.
Now, Allison, I have to tell you, I feel a little ashamed because I didn't know National Girls and Women's Day in Sports was a thing. I just celebrate it every day, you know? Do you find a lot of people aren't privy to what today is?
I think it is a special day that mostly, if you know about it, it's people that are in the sports space. I didn't know about it before I was in sports. So that's why we're thrilled to be on the show today talking to you about the importance of girls pursuing sports and women like yourself working in sports.
Absolutely. What would you tell people that the most important part of today is?
I think it's really the reflection on how far women have come, girls and women, in the ability and opportunity to be in the sports industry. And then also a forward look of the opportunities that girls and women have that they haven't had before. And so you see across the entire enterprise of sports, you see the doors opening wide for women and girls to pursue a career in this important industry that's really a great place to work. And the opportunities are really, you know, terrific.
Absolutely. And we still have so much, more to do, and I think that the future looks bright for us, and I love seeing the progress that we've been making, and I'm just so excited to celebrate this day and especially celebrate it with you. Can you tell me how the team is looking this year?
We're excited about the Fever. We want you to come to our games, and if you can't make it up to the Fieldhouse for a game, we want you to watch it, stream the games. We've just added 2 terrific new players to our team, Jantel Lavender and Danielle Robinson, so they will join the Fever roster this season. Really, really great veteran players. That will be a perfect partnership with our younger players that are kind of the core of the Fever team. So we're really put together a terrific blend of talent and experience and backgrounds. It's a great team, and I think you're going to love watching them play.
Yes, I just heard about you guys signing Jantel Lavender because you signed her on the 1st. But what are you hoping to see from her on the court this year?
Jantel's a terrific leader, both on the court and in the locker room. But, the Fever, we're focused on 3 things: commitment, competition, and contribution. So commitment, it's, how do you commit every day to be the best player you can be, the best employee in sports, as, for Tamika and me. What's that commitment look like? And then contributing, of course, on the court, competing to win games, to win fans. And what Jantel brings is this great commitment. She's a fierce competitor, but that third focus in our company and franchise is commitment and contribution back into the community. And Jantel is a wonderful role model for young girls. She's a terrific, passionate spokesperson around the opportunities for women and girls. So we're thrilled to have Jantel on the court and in the community.
Absolutely. I'm so excited to see what she does with the team. Is the Fever doing anything special to celebrate today?
We're going to host a panel at 2 o'clock today, and that panel is made up of our head coach and several of our employees, a few of our employees from Pacer Sports and Entertainment, that will talk about the opportunities. Our coach started playing in college ball. She was the first female to play at Madison Square Garden. Her game was the first game on national television for women playing college basketball. So our head coach, Marianne Stanley, has seen it come, from nothing to so much for women in sports, which is exciting. She'll be on a panel today at 2 o'clock talking about where we've come as, a society in sports for women and girls, and where the opportunities are.
Absolutely. That's so important, and that's why I love today that we can, honor those who, came before us and laid the groundwork, and just celebrate where we're going, in the future. Now, we know that the Indiana Fever tickets are on sale right now, but can you tell me about the new renovations that you guys are making at the Fieldhouse?
Well, we're really excited about the Fieldhouse. If you haven't been there, we want you to come this summer. We've renovated the fan experience, so it's just better seating, better visibility. Our scoreboard, it'll knock your socks off. It's so beautiful. And then our locker room and our weight room for our players is state-of-the-art. We talk about a championship culture, and we're committed to that. But that means you have to focus on every detail. You want to make sure every touch point with your fans, with your partners, with your players is, just excellent. And that's our focus as we work to create a championship culture. And so we enjoy it. We think our fans will love it. We know our players will really excel with the renovations that have taken place.
Absolutely. I grew up in the gym, so I know that there is, nothing like a little cherry on top to get a brand new renovation, brand new gym, locker room. So I'm really excited for you guys. That's awesome. And, Allison, I can never seem to talk about basketball and the history of it without bringing up the late, great Coach Pat Summitt. Did you ever get a chance to meet her?
I didn't get to meet Pat Summitt, but I, too, am inspired by her leadership and her focus and dedication to creating winning teams. But, Tamika Catchings, our, star player at the Fever, and then now our GM and vice president, went to college and played for Pat. And if Tamika were on the show, what she would tell you, I think, is that Pat always drove home the importance of being a great contributor in the community. She would tell Tamika all the time, it's not just what you do on this court, it's what you do in your community. And I think, Tamika is is a shining example of the influence of Pat Summitt, and she brings that same passion to her leadership role for the Fever.
Absolutely. I definitely agree. I think that she is definitely one of the figures that will be celebrated, that should be celebrated today as we look back on, the Girls and Women's National, Day of honoring just everything that we've accomplished. So, Allison, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you so much. Can you tell my viewers where they can go for more information on the Fever and to get their season tickets?
We want folks to go to feverbasketball.com to keep up with our team and download our app, Indiana Fever. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Everybody, stay with us. We will be right back with more Good Day Live.
During this pandemic, have you felt overwhelmed?
I can't take it.
Isolated?
I'm alone.
Anxious?
I need help.
Afraid?
What's going to happen to me?
Negative and stressful thoughts can make you feel alone. The Be Well Crisis Helpline provides free, confidential support during the COVID-19 pandemic. Call 211 to speak with a trained counselor 24/7.
Hello, I'm here.
Call 211 today. You are not alone.
Hi, I'm Dr. Hildebrand from Hildebrand Healthy Smiles. We are excited to be open at our new location in Terre Haute. Our same state-of-the-art technology, friendly faces, and dedication to your smile are now in Indiana. New patients are always welcome, and we look forward to helping you with your healthy smiles. Give us a call at 812-232-4837.
How do you make the big game even bigger? Join FanDuel Sportsbook to get 55-1 odds on either team. That's right. You can bet $5 to win $275 on either team. Join FanDuel Sportsbook to get your 55-1 odds boost today.
Breaking barriers and flipping the script seems to come natural to the Dallas Mavericks CEO. Oh yes, and she is a woman, and a black woman at that. Cynthia Marshall, or more commonly known as Cint, is turning the culture within the organization all the way around.
And so my mother always, I tell people, she put 2 books in my hand, a math book in one hand and a Bible in the other, and said, if you keep your head in these 2 books, you will get out. And growing up, I didn't know exactly what out meant. But later, I realized it was out of poverty.
Cint's family left Birmingham, Alabama when she was 3 months old, an effort to escape the Jim Crow South. But life in the Bay Area of California in the projects wasn't easy.
When I was 11 years old, some chaos broke out in our family, and I saw my father actually shoot a man in the head. He had approached our house, and my father actually had to shoot back in self-defense because I was standing on my father's right side when this young man pulled out a pistol and pointed it down to my father's right side at me.
The man survived, but Cint never forgot it. She sought a way out and set her sights on leadership. At her sister's graduation, she noticed the only speakers were white boys.
And I was in the 9th grade, and I looked at my mom and I said, can a black girl be senior class president? She said, of course, you can do whatever you want to do. I said, can a black girl be student body president? She said, yes, because I'm looking at these 2 guys up there, and I'm in the 9th grade. And I said, okay, I got to get one of my buddies, because when we graduate, we're going to do that. And so then I found out that hadn't ever happened before.
Cint became the first African-American president at her school.
It was historic. It got a little emotional there, and I think the teachers and the faculty, they were more emotional than probably I was, but it was historic, and I guess we've been blazing trails ever since then.
Cint was the first black cheerleader at Berkeley and the first African-American Delta Gamma at the college. Yet, even at almost 40 years old, she found herself not being accepted for who she was. When offered a position as an officer at AT&T, she initially turned it down. Her boss asked her to change everything from her hair to her verbiage.
When you fundamentally try to change who I am, when you tell me I can't say blessed, when you tell me I'm too nice to people, when you tell me I can't laugh. Who matters? Black lives matter. When you tell me I'm too loud, we're having a problem here because you're actually telling me you don't want me to be the black woman.
AT&T did reverse course, and she took the job. Now, as CEO of the Mavs, tasked with transforming the culture, she's making sure nobody else experiences that.
If nothing else, I am proud of the speak-up culture that we have. Our people have a voice. The level doesn't matter. I had a one-on-one with every single person in the organization when I got there.
And for Black History Month, Cint says it's a time to be proud, but also realize there's more work to do.
We've got to embrace all cultures. And so February is the month that we've decided to kind of embrace the Black culture and to learn more about it and to see where we are and do a little gap analysis and see what more has to be done. And so it's a time where the whole nation gets to do that.
She encourages every company, every family to take this month to learn about the significance of the contributions Black people have made to this country. In Dallas, Jenny Anchondo reporting.
Cint says while she believes this country is the greatest place on the planet, if we want to make sure that it's a great place to work and live for all, we must do, as a nation, a gap analysis regularly to see where we are and where we're falling short. Female CEOs make me so happy. From watching that package, it's clear that having people from different walks of life within an organization or a company is vital to your success and creating a well-rounded work environment. And if you are looking for a well-rounded work environment, you should just visit today's jobs board. You'll find job openings in the community listed on our website, mywabashvalley.com. And if you are an employer, you can post a job as well.
Welcome to Heritage Animal Hospital. For over 43 years, we have offered everything to help your pet stay happy and healthy. With more than 100 years of combined experience, our on-site veterinarians have the expertise to help treat your pets. Our boarding facility has plenty of room to keep your pet cozy while you're away. Use our convenient drive-thru for drop-off and pickup or to grab your pet's medication. And our retail store has exactly what your pet needs, from toys to healthy treats. Heritage Animal Hospital with 2 convenient locations.
B&B Foods is your family-owned wholesale grocery store since 1952. You can save more at B&B. We offer a variety of restaurant-quality equipment, supplies, and food for all occasions.
Come on into B&B.
Introducing the Loads of Fun Sweepstakes. Enter today at mywabashvalley.com for a chance to win a $30 prize pack from the Hoosier Lottery. 5 winners will be announced every Friday during the month of February. Visit mywabashvalley.com for full details.
I'm Mike King. Join me every Monday morning during the first hour of the Today Show for Union Health Today. Health and wellness news you can use from the Wabash Valley's leading healthcare system. Brought to you by Union Health. Healthier together.
ISU reports a decrease in spring enrollment. We'll take a closer look. And a feel-good story about a stray dog and people reaching out to help.
Welcome back into Good Day Live. I promised you guys stories about different NFL players as we build up to the big game, and I have no plans to disappoint. So Davante Adams' success didn't surprise anyone in his hometown. He may have started playing the game a little later than normal, but once he was on the field, he was dedicated to working hard, and that work is not done yet.
Davante Adams is known to most as a superstar wide receiver for the Green Bay Packers. But to retired football coach Earl Hansen, he's a quiet former Palo Alto high school student who blossomed on the field.
I always thought he had a great attitude. I don't think he ever missed a practice for any reason in the 2 years that we had him. And he really wanted to excel.
Hansen says Adams didn't start playing football until his junior year, but it was obvious early on that he was gifted.
He could really jump, and he was fast, quick, and he was just a gifted athlete as far as being able to catch the ball.
Adams played both ways and on special teams for Pally. His senior season, the Vikings went undefeated on their way to a state championship. Hansen remembers Adams making an incredible catch in the playoffs.
Kristoff threw lofted a pass up to him in the corner of that far end zone. He one-handed that and got down in for the touchdown to win the game. So that was one of those moments that was Oh, my God.
Hansen tells us as Adams has made his way up through the ranks from Fresno State to the NFL, he's never forgotten his roots. He says just last year, the 2010 Paly football team reconnected on a Zoom call to mark the 10th anniversary of their state championship. And of course, Adams was there.
No, they were all in good spirits. Glad to see each other. You know, after 10 years, some of them moved away, and you know they're very happy for Devontae to be so successful. And that was what's special about that team. You know, they enjoyed other people's successes.
Hansen says none of Adams' former teammates have been shocked by his achievements.
He worked to be good. So what he has now, he has definitely put the work in and deserves it.
Now they're just watching and waiting for him to finally earn a Super Bowl ring.
What he's doing now is, you can't predict it. You know what somebody's capable of, but sometimes it just doesn't happen for him. Now he's making it happen, so that's really fun to see.
Whew. I don't know what stood out to you guys, but when I learned that Devontae only started playing in his junior year of high school, I was very surprised. You know, kids train their whole lives to make it to the NFL, so for him to go, you know, just shows you how rare the talent was. Okay, we have to take a break, but when we come back, we'll get some of your answers to the social media question of the day. We asked, who is your favorite female athlete? We'll take a look at some of those when we return.
We drive everywhere to help our son reach his dream of becoming an elite swimmer. So we enrolled in the Know Your Drive program with American Family Insurance. It gives us discounts for safe driving and other benefits, like emergency roadside service, which comes in handy, no matter where his dreams take him. With Know Your Drive, save up to 20% and get closer to your dreams. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
FanDuel's made it incredibly easy to try sports betting for the big game. Yeah, I'm not legally allowed to call it, so it's not nearly as easy to tell you about it. Join today to get 55-to-1 odds on either team to win the FanDuel Sportsbook. More ways to win.
Most doctors truly care about their patients, but medical mistakes do occur. Many patients feel guilty about bringing a claim against a doctor with whom they've had a long-standing relationship. Our firm understands that medical mistakes affect the entire family, not just the injured person. Choosing the right attorney can make the difference between receiving full and fair compensation or receiving no compensation at all.
Wagner, Crawford, and Gamble. Having the right attorney changes everything.
MyWabashValley.com's new menu makes it easier to find what you're looking for. Everything from our interactive weather radar and TV guides to job listings, contests, and lifestyle tips is just a click away. Stay connected with MyWabashValley.com.
Welcome back to Good Day Live. Guys, it's time to get to our social media question of the day. Okay, I asked you, who is your favorite female athlete? So let's get to some of those answers. Our first answer came from It's Tony Marie on Instagram, and she says, I would have to say Lisa Leslie. That's what I'm talking about, girl. You saw that dunk, the first to do it in the WNBA. Lisa is definitely the GOAT for me, Tony. Okay, our next answer comes from Stacy on Facebook. She said, I have multiple favorites, Marion Jones, Serena Williams, and Simone Biles. Stacy also added that she has a few others that just aren't famous yet. And here is her list: Kennedy Landers, Ashley Howard, Rose Fuentes, and Jessica Carruthers. Now, if you don't know, Stacy Landers is my aunt, but I think this list should still be recognized, you know, obviously because I'm on it. Thanks, Auntie Stacy. That's what I'm talking about. Also from Facebook, Alexa says Candace Parker. I love Candace Parker. When I was younger, I actually went to a basketball camp at Tennessee University. I got a chance to meet her and Coach Pat Summitt, and I'm telling you, it was so exciting. I'll never forget it. Even my dad embarrassing me in the parking lot. So thanks, Dad. I'm getting happy just talking about all these icons. And our last answer comes from Dion. He says Serena Williams and Allison Felix. Okay, guys, I think this was a great Wednesday. I hope I rejuvenated your day and your week. So thank you so much for being here with me. And as always, I hope you have a good day.